Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing good and safe at your homes in this pandemic. TechInfoRay is back with another video to share knowledge, and this time it's not again very technical. It's about introduction about cloud architect role, and I'll provide more details in the coming slides. So I hope you are aware that in the previous videos that we had launched AWS Cloud course few days back, and which is called Journey to Cloud Technology AWS Cloud course. So moving forward in this video, I'll cover introduction about AWS Cloud Architect role. I got queries from many students during my interactions that what is cloud architect and what is the role of architect in designing the solutions and handling queries, and how one can become cloud architect, what path he has to follow to become a successful cloud architect. So to answer all these queries and raised by the students and cloud aspirants, I created this video. In this, I'll cover requirements to be an architect, what are the roles and responsibilities of an architect, and what is the importance of an architect in industry, and how architect can help in driving the business strategy. And in the end, I'll highlight certification path that can be followed to become cloud architect. Specifically, we will cover AWS cloud architect roles in this video. So moving forward to next slides. So these are the cloud architect requirements to become an architect. These are the basic things that he should be aware about. So there are some of the these are some of the aspects. These could be more, but in this I am covering these. But in case there are some more, we can add them as well. So don't get overwhelmed that one should have so much knowledge or he should be aware of different aspects of solution and traditional data center and designing aspects. But once you start working on these things, and one can start from basic, and once he's working on different solutions and with experience, he gains knowledge about different environments like public, private, and hybrid cloud architecture, and also knowledge about traditional data center infrastructure. And also he'll, by the time he'll also know how to create a complete solution, understanding different customer scenarios and problems. So for cloud solution, architect should know solution components at different layers of a solution. Like for compute layer, he should know types of virtualization available, different type of servers that can be used for different purposes, and physical virtual servers availability. And if one wants bare metal servers, that should be he should have the knowledge about that as well. And if we talk about network layer, he should aware about network components, routing and switching concepts, connectivity types available in cloud, and how we can create connections to different networks, and to on-prem networks and to other customer data centers. And also you should be aware about storage options available in cloud, database types, whether SQL or NoSQL databases, and accordingly, those databases can be selected as per the application requirements. And most importantly, application deployment options in the cloud, like if it can be deployed on instances, Dockers, containers, Kubernetes. So he should be aware about these, not in much depth, but he should be aware about these options. And in the end, how he can secure the environment, keeping in mind different international compliance standards. So apart from that, architect should have knowledge, like once a customer comes up and he's looking for a solution, and the customer is having some requirements and he's facing some challenges and pain points. So he should understand what are all challenges and pain points of the customer, and Also should understand the business problems that he's facing, and accordingly assessing all these things and create a solution for that, assess the solution requirements and generate opportunities out of that. Later, once everything is clear, he can uh, have a solution and how it can be integrated at different layers, what all cloud services can be used, and what compliance and security issues that needs to be kept in mind while designing the solution, and establishing cloud best practices. Also, if we talk about cost estimations, architect should be able to decide or define the cloud cloud cost estimations of all the components involved. So once all this is done, solution design is in place, then operations is very important, and configuration of the solution. So once everything is in place, he has to coordinate with the implementation team from design perspective in case there are some having queries. So architect should be there to clear all the design queries. And once everything is done, then solution is moved to operations for smooth delivery. Apart from this, architect should also aware about traditional data center solution components, what all types of servers, storage, database are running in the traditional data centers. They can be old versions also and latest versions also. And about network components, how routing and switching is going on, and different type of connectivities that are in place for data center like IPsec, VPNs, MPLS connectivities. Also, what all security framework and different security policies are implemented, like physical security, data security, information security. So all these things he should be aware about, and what all third-party support contracts are there that are supporting different servers, applications, or any network components. And he should be aware about application architecture that are running in the environment, whether it's loosely coupled or it's monolithic or legacy applications that are running. And apart from that, since there is an age of every component, so what all components are having end of support and end of life components, so that accordingly these can be refreshed. And very important thing, licensing components of all these servers, network components that are running in the environment. So licensing is very important, whether all are having relevant licenses. And most importantly, architect should have very good communication skills for writing and verbal communication with all the stakeholders. So I hope this gives high level view what an architect should know about different environments and requirements to be an architect. So let's move to next slide. These are the high level of roles and responsibilities. There can be more responsibilities, but I'm covering these. So cloud architect should define a roadmap for public, private, and hybrid cloud models, and he should be aware like when to modify and update the roadmap to achieve short and long-term goals. Also, in this current times, there are a lot of innovations are going on. So architect should create such type of architecture, or so that he can involve all those changes that are there during the innovations or different requirements. Also should be able to define the cloud strategy and create solutions keeping in mind business goals and plans. Coordination with the CXOs and stakeholders, so that they should be aware about solutions and that are being implemented in the environment, how they are promoting the business and supporting the business, and also they should be aware about budget allocations for the solution that is being implemented. Also, architect has to plan meetings and workshops to understand problems or goals or roadblockers during solution configuration and implementation or designing, and keep all these stakeholders at the same page. And in the end, he should optimize existing cloud solution architecture from different perspectives and ensure that cloud environment is well architected. So that was all for roles and responsibilities moving forward. So here I'll show you like what's the importance of cloud architect in business and how he's supporting different business goals. So architect is in touch with the business people and understand their problems and expansion plans, and when they are launching new services in the business. So accordingly, architect plans how cloud service can be used to promote the business and run business smoothly, and also how to win the business opportunities and without losing them during the time, and ensure that how to create a cost-effective solutions as per the budget allocations from the customer management or stakeholders, and ensure that solution should not consume unnecessary budget or go out of budget allocations. So that's the importance of cloud architect. He has to control all the solution aspects and keeping in mind budget allocations, and that's very important, and also how to meet business plans that are being launched or that are long-term goals of the business. So cloud architect has a quite very big responsibility and importance in industry. So moving forward, so here in this slide, I'll make you aware about AWS certification path that can be followed to become an cloud architect. So in this video, I'll be concentrating more on cloud architecture path and like cloud practitioner, then solution architect associate, and a solution architect professional. And later on, as per the expertise or interest, they can select specialty as well, like advanced networking and security databases. Also, there are options for developers and operations in AWS Cloud, and they can select system operations administrator associate, and developers as well. They can have their own certifications, developer associate, and they can move to next levels of DevOps engineer professional. So there is a separate path for architect, operations, and developers. So let's move to next slide. We will discuss about cloud practitioner role and how he can achieve those certifications, what all the requirements in that. So these are the requirements. So a person who is looking to be an cloud practitioner in AWS, he should be having at least 6 months of experience with AWS cloud services in any role, or and should have understanding of IT services, basic understanding, or the more the knowledge he is having, that will be good for him. Good for him. Like IT services can be like servers or network, compute, and storage databases. It's not essential to be expert, but at this level, he should have very high level information about these IT services and how these services can be used in AWS cloud, and then he can go for the certification. And during this certification exams, candidates are assessed like he should be able to define AWS cloud and global infrastructure of AWS, architecture principles, describe AWS cloud value propositions. Also, AWS services for compute, network, analytics, and all these services he should be aware about. And AWS cloud security and compliance basics and core characteristics of deploying and operating AWS cloud, and other options he should be aware about, like billing, account management, and different pricing models that are available in the cloud. So these are the different aspects on which candidates are assessed, and recommended knowledge and experience that is required for AWS certification cloud practitioner. So moving forward, then we have a bit advanced level called AWS Solution Architect Associate. So a person who is looking to be an associate, he should have knowledge and hands-on experience for AWS cloud services for compute, network, storage, database, deployment and management services, architecture principles, global infrastructure, correlation of network technologies that are there in the network arena with AWS services available. Also very important, like security tools that are available in AWS, and how these AWS services can be correlated with the traditional services. So as we discussed before, architect should have a complete knowledge about different environments, traditional data center, and how solution can be designed, keeping in mind all the designing principles and the architect best practices. So based on that, he should be assessed. And if we talk about so overall, if we see a solution architect associate should be able to create a complete solution, including all the solution layers, and should be able to correlate with network technologies and traditional services and identify AWS services that can be used to create a complete solution as per customer requirements, and keeping in mind security and compliance aspects as well, and architectural best practices and design principles. So that's the requirement for associate who wants to be a solution architect associate level. So he should have more knowledge of in-depth knowledge about AWS cloud services and how it is being used to create a complete solution, keeping in mind all those best practices. So I hope you got idea what all we require, what all different knowledge and experience that we require to become an AWS certified solution architect associate. So let's move forward to next level. In this, this is called AWS Solution Architect Professional. So this is a more advanced level to become a solution architect in AWS. So a person who is having 2 or more than 2 years of experience in designing and deploying cloud architecture on AWS, and experience with provisioning applications on AWS, should be able to define and explain 5 pillars of AWS well-architected framework. And that's quite important in designing a solution. And also should be able to design hybrid solution architecture. Hybrid means where we are connecting on-prem data center with cloud infrastructure, and should be able to define map business objectives to application architecture requirements. And also he should have information about continuous improvement and continuous deployment architecture process for DevOps. So overall, if we see that AWS solution architect professional is having a more advanced knowledge as compared to associate level, and creating a more complex as well as well-architected solution using AWS cloud services for different cloud models of public, private, and hybrid models. And that too, keeping in mind best practices and design principles. So that was a high level of the what I was going to clarify in this video. So by now, you might have got a clear idea about what all is required and roles and responsibilities of an architect, and importance of solution architect in the industry to drive business customer business requirements. Also, you got the idea about different levels and certification paths that are available in AWS cloud to become a solution architect. So also you might have observed that during designing a solution or understanding customer requirements, cloud solution architect should have complete knowledge about traditional data center infrastructure and underlying services like network technology, compute, storage, databases, and other what are the challenges that traditional environment is facing, so that architect can understand customer problems and pain points, and then he should be able to correlate them with the services that are available in AWS cloud to create a complete solution, keeping in mind all those pain points, challenges, and best practices to create a complete solution. So if we move forward, keeping all these points in mind, we have designed this AWS cloud course, and you might have seen these videos in our previous introductions also. But here, why I'm saying this because since we covered all those points and that are required to be a complete solution architect, So we have designed this AWS Cloud course, and this course content has been designed by AWS Cloud certified experts who are having more than 15 years of industry experience in designing the cloud solutions by understanding customer challenges and pain points. So in this course, we are starting from very basic to understand basic infrastructure and traditional data center that we are covering in level 0, like and also we are covering basic infrastructure concepts for network, service, storage, database, and security concepts that are being used in traditional data center. And later, very slowly, so that advanced or basic cloud concepts can be digested. So are moving slowly towards AWS concepts and services, so that they can correlate these services with the traditional data center and other technologies, also including practical labs for all those services that we discussed in theoretical classes. And also we include discussion about customer use cases and scenarios, so that students can correlate traditional technologies with AWS cloud services and can create a complete solution by understanding customer use case and scenarios. So I hope that that will be helpful for you for understanding cloud architect role, and it will be helpful to start your cloud journey. And in case you want to join this course, do contact us, and we will run you through this course requirements. So that was all for this video, and in case you have any queries or questions or doubts, do contact us. You can visit our website www.techinforay.com and contact us, and I'll be happy to answer your queries. Also, you can mention your queries in the comments for this video, and I'll try to answer those questions. So I hope this clarifies cloud architect role, and I wish you all the best to start your journey towards being a AWS solution architect. Thank you.